Assalomu alaykum. O'zbekiston Milliy universiteti Хорижий филология факультeti Ingliz filologiyasi kafedrasi o'qituvchisi Dadajanova A.K. Birinchi kurslar uchun o'rganilayotgan til amaliy grammatikasi fanidan video darsimizni boshlaymiz. So, dear students, let's continue our lesson in English. The theme of today's lesson is gradable and non-gradable adjectives. So, as you already know, adjectives are words we use to qualify a noun. For example, look at this picture. Woman, that woman is beautiful. So, woman is noun and we are qualifying her with the adjective beautiful. Gradable adjectives are the adjectives inside a scale. I can use, for example, good and bad, which will have the variations in the scale of a bit good, good, very good, not so good, not so bad, a bit bad, bad and very bad. So these are gradable adjectives. The limits of the scale have no variation. For example, amazing and terrible. I cannot use very amazing, very terrible. These are non-gradable adjectives. To accompany the adjectives, we also have intensifiers. Intensifiers qualify the adjectives and give them a measure. They can also be adverbs. We have several of them, so extremely, very, rather, fairly, absolutely. The intensifier and the adjective have too much. For example, if I use a weak intensifier such as very, cannot use a strong adjective such as freezing. So both of them should be equal. So weak intensifier with weak adjective and some kind of strong adjective with strong intensifier. So using very, I need an equal weak adjective, cold. So I can say today is very cold. Cold is gradable adjective and it is weak, so I am using weak intensifier here, very. And using a strong intensifier, I need to use a strong adjective like absolutely freezing. Today is absolutely freezing. So freezing here is non-gradable adjective and absolutely is here a strong adverb intensifier. Let's look at weak intensifiers. A little, dreadfully, extremely, fairly, hugely, intensely, rather, and reasonably. Now let's look at gradable adjectives. Angry, big, busy, clever, cold, hot, deep, fast, and others. Now let's look at strong intensifiers. We also call them non-gradable adverbs. Absolutely, utterly, completely, totally, nearly, virtually, essentially, and mainly. Now let's look at adjectives that are non-gradable. Awful, excellent, terrified, dead, impossible, unique, chemical, and domestic. There are three categories for non-gradable adjectives. So, extreme, example, awful, excellent, terrified, absolute, dead, impossible, unique. Classifying chemical, digital, domestic. Well, that was confusing. Okay, let's summarize. Weak adjectives go with weak adverbs, intensifiers. So, for example, it's very cold. Strong intensifiers go with strong adjectives, absolutely freezing. Today is very cold, isn't it? Cold? It is absolutely freezing. So now it's time to practice. If I have cold, I use the intensifier. What? Right, very, very cold. So if I have freezing, I use the intensifier. Which one? Absolutely freezing. So you are right. So now let's see the matching gradable and non-gradable adjectives. So funny is gradable, hilarious is non-gradable, surprised, astonished, hungry, starving, bad, terrible, exciting, and thrilling. As you see, gradable adjectives we can use in comparative and superlative forms. So non-gradable we cannot use in this kind of forms. Now, this is the end of my lesson. I hope you got something interesting and something new for you. So now you can easily differentiate which adjective is gradable and which adjective is non-gradable. Now you can easily understand which adjective you can use with strong adverbs, intensifiers, and which one you can use with weak intensifiers. So what are intensifiers? What are different types of non-gradable adjectives? Now, to these questions, you can easily give an answer. So thank you for today's lesson. See you in my next lessons. Goodbye.